Welcome back everybody to a brand new video on the Dentist Saad channel. My name is Future Dentist Saad, and today, as we know, university is now pretty much online on the computer from home. So the only way that we're really doing that is through apps and the internet. So today I want to talk about the apps that have helped me out since first year and the apps that I definitely recommend that you get for university. And guess what? All of these apps are completely free. So let's get into app number one. The first app that we have on our screen is the 3D Skull Atlas. This is the app that I used in my first year, especially of university, because we had to learn the anatomy of the skull and the anatomy of the entire body. And obviously, being dentists, we focus more on the skull. So when you open the app up, the first thing you see is this 3D skull that you can move around, look around, and see the names of all the different bones. So you also can click on the left on this circle color thingy, and it basically colors in every different bone of the skull for you, so you can easily tell where the borders between the bones are. So let's say, for example, I want to look at the maxilla. Ooh, so I've clicked on the maxilla, and on the right comes up some details about the anatomy of the maxilla. But I want to know a bit more about the maxilla. I want to learn some detail. What do? Well, you press this button right here that says detailed view. As soon as you press that, it's a zoomed in version of the maxilla, and you can literally roam around. It's a 3D image, so you can look at all of the anatomy. This is really good, especially if you can't, if you don't have the time, or if you're not in lesson, you're at home and you can't actually physically have the bones in your hand to look at. So you can just look at this 3D model, look around and see all the points. So the next thing is on this, if you see all of these red dots, whenever you click on a red dot, it tells you exactly what that is. Like right now, I just clicked on the canine fossa, and it even gives you details about every point. Like this is the fossa above the alveoli, posterior to the canine eminence. So yeah, you can literally just roam around, look at the 3D model, and just learn as much as you can. So let's go back to the 3D skull again. Once again, so another thing you can do is you can actually set a target. For example, let's say that I set a target on the maxilla, right? And as I rotate, it rotates about the maxilla. So it actually rotates about that exact bone that you want. Now you might be thinking, what's the use of that? Well, let me explain. If we click on the three lines over here, we can click on either bone labels, we can click on general labels, we can click on suture labels if you want to learn about the sutures of the head. Okay, but the real reason that this is important is because you can then click on a sectional view. So in the sectional view, you can remove different parts, and then you can go 3D around the maxilla. But obviously you won't really be needing that, because you can just click on the maxilla and see in detail like that and see all the points, so you won't really be using that. Anyway, so that is it for this app. Really good for anatomy. It's got a little bit of information as well on the right, and you can just 3D the entire skull. Obviously, as dentists, the most important. Right now, I'm just using this to, you know, revise the bones a little bit, because, for example, for radiology that we have coming up, our teacher just told us memorize all of the bones, because that's what we're doing next lesson. So I just re-downloaded this app. But I'm telling you, in first year, this app helps out so much, because you're going to have to learn the anatomy, and the only way to learn the anatomy properly is to keep repetition, just keep going over it over and over and over again. If you have this, you don't need to be uni, you don't need to be, you know, in front of a book. You can literally be anywhere. Just pull your phone out, look at the anatomy, and it's 3D, so you get a proper image of it. And yeah, that's for this app. Next app. The second app on our list, this is more related to the anatomy of the teeth specifically. So as soon as you open the app, this is what you see. You see the maxillary and the mandibular teeth. And if you touch it with 3 fingers and you drag your fingers apart, the mouth should open. Yep, just like that. So then you can see the teeth once again like that. You know what's really good about this app is that when you click on an individual tooth, let's say I clicked on the maxillary first molar, I can see the number of roots that there are, the shape of the roots, and the occlusal surface. I can see all of the other different surfaces, and I can see the number of cusps, I can see the number of fossas, I can see all of the anatomy of every individual tooth. The really good thing about this is that you can use this for things such as soap carving, which you do in first year, or you can use it for wax ups as well, especially because it's literally a 3D anatomy of a tooth. So if you don't have actual teeth lying around, you can just use this app and see the anatomy of every single tooth in the dental arch. So this was one of my favorite apps to have, especially when we first started with carving out our teeth from soap. and when we started doing our wax ups, because oh my god, when you first start wax ups, you're all over the place, and if you have this with you, this app, it saves your life, literally. Next app. So the next app that we have on the list is called Teach Me Anatomy. Now, Teach Me Anatomy is actually a website, but obviously they have an app which saves you a lot of time, because you don't need to go on your computer, you don't need to, go to the library or anything, just get it on your phone. So as soon as you open the app, the first thing you see, they give you some popular articles, but that's not what we're looking for. We want to click on the three dots, and then we want to click on Browse by Region. So as soon as you see region, once again, this is for the anatomy of the entire body. This helped me so much for my theory that it was ridiculous. So let's say we clicked on head, we clicked on the muscles of the head, and then we clicked on the muscles of mastication, which means basically biting. So as soon as you click on that, the first thing you see is a whole load of theory, and all of this theory is so relevant, especially for the MCQ section of our exams. This helped me out so much, and for the essay section of our exams, it has all the relevant information without having too much information, and it has simple explanation, so you're not sitting there being like, what is going on, what are these wordings? It's all simple, and he explains it really well. So definitely recommend that you download this app as well. And it has this 3D model as well, but obviously you need to sign up for that. Right now I don't have internet, but you need to sign up for that, and then if you want to pay for that, you can. But I never really use a 3D model. I just use this for the theory, and it helped out so much because I've got really good pictures as well. So as you can see over here, it's showing you the joints and the ligaments and all that sort of stuff. So definitely recommend this app. Next app. The next app on the list is one of the most essential apps that you can have at university. Now you might be wondering, what is this app that's so essential? Well, let me explain it to you. Every single lecture you have, every single assignment that you do, you're probably going to be using Microsoft Word, or you're probably going to be looking at the lectures on Microsoft PowerPoint. Well, guess what you need? You need Document Viewer. I've had to download so many different apps to try and look at documents, and guess what? All of them are either paid for or they just do not work and they're trash. This is the one app that I found. It's completely free, and you can look at PowerPoint, Word, Excel, all of those. So as soon as you open up the app, the first thing you're going to see is all of your documents. So you can just look around your entire phone, and then let's say I click on all documents, and then I click on syllabus of clinical prosthetic dentistry. Oh wow, look, it's a Word file, and it opened it up perfectly. You can't edit on this app, which is obviously a drawback, but then again, it's free. You're literally paying nothing. At least you can view your Word, your PowerPoint, all of your documents. So when it comes to that, it is really helpful, and it's a really good thing. And I definitely recommend downloading this app. It's fast, it's free, and you can look at your PowerPoint and Word files. I don't know what else you want. Next app. The next app that we have on our list is called Transferwise. Now this app is more for students who are studying abroad and who need to pay their rent and their university fees and everything. I highly recommend it because it gives you rates that are amazing compared to your bank. The bank that I use, they charge way too much, and the exchange rates are trash. This one pretty much exchange rates like Google, so it's really helpful. So as soon as you open up the app, this is the first thing you see, open balance, once you've signed up obviously. Then you click on send, and you can choose how much money you want to send in pound or in any other currency that you want. I've set it to euros right now, so let's say I'm trying to pay I don't know, 4,000 euros. If I was connected to the internet, it would just give me the exchange rate directly, and then you just click next, 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 and send it off. And it's so much faster than having to deal with your bank, and it saves you so much money as well. So highly recommend it. Download this app. Normally I just use this app to pay my fees and my rent, so highly recommend it. Saves a lot of time, saves a lot of money, and I have a discount code that you can click on in the description, which if you click on, I think you get 20% off. So highly recommend it. Download it right down there and send your money and rent and everything through this. Literally, I just do everything through that, because withdrawing money, especially in a foreign country, is a bit dangerous. Especially, you never know what could happen. So you don't want to have a lot of cash on you. It's much safer, it's faster, and it's cheaper. Why not? Download the app right down there. Next app. So the next highly recommended app. This is called Google Drive. If you don't know about it, you've probably been living under a rock, because this app will save your life, especially now that we're quarantined and have to stay indoors. Let's say I open up Google Drive right now. First thing I see right now is here, My Drive. One really good thing that I found out recently that you can do on Google Drive is you can actually collaborate with people, where if you create a document, you can share with someone else and let them edit it as well. And as that person is editing it in real time, you can see the changes that are being made, and you can all just collaborate on one piece of work to get your work done. For example, for prosthetics, we had to create this PowerPoint on the functional pathology of the masticatory system. So I created this for our group. So if I open it up, you can see that the PowerPoint opens up right here. and I can edit it on my phone, I can edit it on my computer, and just keep on adding stuff and taking stuff off. And as I'm editing it, all of the collaborators on the PowerPoint can see those edits, and we can all work together to create one PowerPoint. It just saves a lot of money and time, and it's just a really good app. Definitely recommend it. Get your Google Drive and save yourself some time. Next app. The next and the final app that we have for today is something I've had since first year. It's called My Study Life. So as soon as you open it, right there it is. The basic thing with this app is that it's a timetable app. You can organize all of your lessons on here. You can have your calendar, which is your entire week's timetable on there, or you can click on your dashboard. This tells you what you have for today and the times when it starts and finishes. And you can see right down here, it says tasks due and exams. So let's say I click on the 3 dots here, and then I can click on tasks. So if I had any homework, it would be, I could add it on tasks, and I could just write down whatever I needed to do, and I could just, as I complete it, I can just tick it off. So let's add on a task right now. So the title is prosthetics, finish the PowerPoint, and change the subject to prosthetic dental medicine and save. So right there you can see it says due date prosthetic dental medicine 6th of April and percentage complete. So as I complete, I can put it to 100%, and there you go, it's being crossed off, and that means I've completed the task. So this really helps out when it comes to your tasks, and once exam comes on, we're going to add those on as well. And normally I just use it for my daily timetable really, because as soon as you open up, it tells you exact times, and as the lessons are going through, it highlights exactly which lesson is going on right now. It's a pretty good app if you want to start your timetable and just have your uni work organized. Highly recommend. So that is all that we had for today, guys. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, be sure to share this video with whoever you think this video might help out. And if you haven't done so yet, subscribe right down there, because what the heck are you doing? We're trying to hit 500 subscribers this year, and if you haven't subscribed, you're missing out, I'm telling you. So if you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. My name is Future Saad. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.